hailing from all over Hampton Roads, Tidewater, and other areas of an obscure corner of southeastern Virginia, where a good day's work still counted as its own reward. The tales of those unsung heroes deserve telling. Prologue. Fall, 2011. The company picnic unfolded unlike any in Virginia before, with thousands of workers, their families, and their cars converging on a waterfront warren of small, crisscrossing streets, now patrolled and controlled by squads of local police. Nothing small happened at Newport News Shipbuilding, and this fall day in 2011 would be no exception, the shipyard's first family day in about 2 decades to help celebrate its 125th year in existence. And just a general acknowledgement of good days now and for the expected future. The yard's siren blared, echoing across the city and beyond. But instead of tens of thousands of hard-hatted steelworkers pushing through the gates, an army of children led the initial charge, sporting smiles and shorts. Overhead, a spritz of drizzle dropped here and there from gray clouds, but no one cared. The rain refreshed. A late September day like this often heated into a sun-baked scorcher on the tidewater banks of the James River. Most found the day to be perfect for county fair-like events. That's exactly what awaited all those streaming, screaming kids inside those gates where their fathers, mothers, uncles, aunts, brothers, and other kin built the biggest warships of the American fleet. The youngsters lined up for an assortment of rides, a cornucopia of food, and a boatload of games that entertained the spirit and tested the imagination. Seasoned shipbuilders recalled when the yard celebrated trade days inside the gates, and the workers really strutted their stuff, walking family members right up onto the carriers they were building or fixing. Forget about a roller coaster. The kids had a real ride then, something no county fair, no other company could offer at a shindig like this. Years ago, when my kid was little, they let the kids ride the aircraft elevator, said Big Ed Elliott, who had started working as a full-time shipbuilder as welder about 3 decades earlier. The little ones would gather on the platform meant to carry the Navy's planes and make the ride from the hangar to the flight deck and back. The coolest moments imaginable for a youngster. Those kids didn't give a dang gone about the rest of the ship, Big Ed remembered. They just wanted to ride the elevator up and down. Still, workers loved the current family day. Being shipbuilders, though, they, of course, came up with some of their own little touches to improve things. Lee Murphy, another yard worker with more than 3 decades' experience, noticed they were setting up a booth at which kids would try to land paper airplanes on a carrier cutout. He went home and pulled a 6-foot-long toy carrier from his attic for the task. Of course, a shipbuilder would have such a thing. Especially a shipbuilder working for Newport News Shipbuilding, the cradle of all modern carriers. Just a couple weeks before Family Day, the yard had mated the 800-ton steel stern to the hull of the newest carrier under construction at the shipyard, the Gerald R. Ford, Navy ship number CVN 78. Shipbuilders on the waterfront were feeling pretty good about themselves, the ships they were building, and the current course of the U.S. and its Navy. But inside the U.S. Navy, analysts remained apprehensive. They anxiously spied the actions of an emerging naval power in the Western Pacific, and they worried about the future of its fleet. In mid-August 2011, about a month before the Newport News Shipbuilding Yard blared its horn to kick off its Family Day celebration, a newly outfitted aircraft carrier blew its own horn half a world away, as it headed out to sea through a thick blanket of fog that enshrouded the port and shipyard of Dalian in Liaoning Province off the northeast coast of China. The ship's 8 boilers and 4 turbines revved up to 200,000 horsepower to turn the 4 shafts, churning up the sea in a milky gray and white that mixed with the fog in a ghostly wake. About 1,000 feet long, the ship featured a new engine, radar, guns, and other systems that it would be testing that month on sea trials. The ship now plowing its way through the Bohai Strait,